What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? How we doing today?
Welcome to the Buffer Podcast. This is Mike,
This is Brian.
and we got another episode here for y'all. We've been out for about 2 weeks, I think, now.
Yeah. We had a couple of things come up, and nothing serious. I guess I'll start off. The day we normally record on Thursdays, but this particular Thursday we did our gender reveal.
Very exciting.
Yeah, Mike called it.
So, oh yeah, I did call it. How did he say it? That he put the evil. How did you say it?
Oh, you put that evil on me?
Yeah, I said it's gonna be a girl. And he said, "Don't put that evil on me." And then what happened?
Yeah. Well, I already knew.
Oh.
Yeah, I just, I want to build up the suspense for my friends and family.
It was cool. They did a whole. How would you say, like
the smoke cannons?
Smoke cannons, yeah.
Yeah. I got 2 boy ones for sale. If anyone's looking, hit me up. Go in our DMs.
Serious offers only.
Yeah, serious offers only. Firm on price.
So, yeah, it's real exciting. They're having baby number dose.
Yeah, second and possibly last.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But, yeah, we're excited, man.
I mean, you got your boy already, and then you're going to have a girl, so
Yeah.
you already got your set.
Yes, sir. That's all I can hope for, that and a healthy baby.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of scary, like having a baby right now with the pandemic going on, but you got to give kudos to the mamas because, like, my sister's pregnant, too, and it's going to be her first, and she's like, how would you say it? She's not terrified, but she's kind of, like, on the edge of,
She's
like,
worried?
Yeah.
Anxiety?
Yeah, like she doesn't want to do like certain things. Like I know as soon as she found out, she didn't. We'd have to do like the air hugs and have to keep our distance. I mean, she didn't even get to go to Monica's graduation and stuff like that. They had to watch it from home.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the way things are. I mean, that's about the same boat we're in. I mean, we tried, once we saw everything kind of getting what we thought was better with everything, and ultimately it's been worse. So, I mean, we're just going to not do anything. Today we had our anatomy scan, and yesterday Kiara got the call that I couldn't be in the room with her anymore.
That sucks.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be missed out on, especially I'm pretty sure that, our parents can't be in the room whenever the baby's being delivered and all that. So, it sucks, but what can you do right now,
So kudos to all the mamas and the potential new parents and parents already on having a baby during this pandemic. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I'm afraid to get sick.
Yeah,
just
dude.
be around somebody.
It's definitely it's really worrisome. I mean, I don't know how like you guys can stay going out and everything, and like
it's weird. It's like at the same time I'm like, we'll wear a mask, and then it's like you can't wear a mask because then how are you gonna enjoy yourself, and then you don't want to live in fear, and then at the same time it's like you gotta still live, and then I mean,
yeah, well,
you get stuck at home. Chris is always at home.
Yeah.
So I feel for her. Like she's home with that little boy, and we can't even take him to the movies. I mean, I tried taking him to like the drive-in because we can still be in our car.
Oh right, yeah.
But they're showing freaking Footloose and Dirty Dancing and Minion, like stuff you can watch at home.
Yeah, I think it's just about the experience. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the Chihuahuas out there. You ever get that Chihuahua?
Oh no, I've never actually tried it. I take my own food.
I bet you do. You used to have me pull you into the drive-in in the back of my truck.
Get them free movies.
I think there was times where it was just me and another person paying, and then y'all would get in for free.
Like 8 people would be jumping out of the back of his truck.
Yeah, I think at one point we really had like 5 because I think it was just me and Jay that paid, and I think it was you, Jacob, Cisco, and Jesse in the back,
and Markel,
and Markel,
See,
and Krista. I mean,
it was a bunch of people.
Yeah, dude, we have no shame.
Sorry, drive-in.
Yeah, we give you money now. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, I mean, until the kiddos grow up and we pay for them. But no, I mean, it's stuff like that, and then like when we do go out, I mean, a lot of places like restaurants wise too, they have their little distance. They're how would you say their social
distancing
distancing rules or procedures or whatever.
Well, even with that, I mean,
because like when we went to Chili's, they would have like nobody sat around us.
Yeah,
they have to like get rid of all these tables or.
Well, but it just comes down to we worked in a restaurant, and I kind of know how well we cleaned. And, I'm not going to name, anything that...
But not everybody's you, Brian, right?
Well, no. I mean, I did my best to clean, to the thing is, I I was in management and I saw how some people would do it sometimes, and it was like not really to the best of their ability. I'd be calling people back. I'd be like, "Hey man, you need to get this right."
Yeah,
Which, hopefully that same standard is still there.
I'm sure it is,
But
and probably even more. I mean, especially now,
right.
you'd hope.
Yeah. So you just hope that, some of these people are carrying that same standard where they're just trying to make sure that everything's clean, no one's getting sick, and so these businesses can stay open. I really think we're going to shut back down here in a month.
Think so?
Yeah, with how bad it is. Oh yeah.
I feel like. Well, I mean, I know they're going over like with the mask thing going around.
Well, have you
like-
not heard anything that Governor Abbott has said?
I've watched some of them, but I haven't really,
One
plugged
thing
in.
one thing that I want to make sure is like make sure you watch everything, because there's times that with Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and everything, that people take away like one part of it, of the conversation, and that's like their headline to make them look bad or whatever. And it's kind of the same thing
Like
with
the media.
Yeah, I mean it's honestly like you're not paying attention to what's actually being said. Just that everyone pays attention to that one line and then tries to bash them.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way with Governor Abbott. Honestly, you have to actually sit in there and listen to everything he has to say, because people will take offense to anything, any minor thing. Like he could be talking about wearing masks,
Or
and he
what's
gets
better,
it-
like what's better for certain people. Like if he was a mandate, or however you'd say, like making a rule to say wear a mask, and he doesn't even wear a mask.
Yeah, well,
So-
he was wearing a mask to that press conference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up until the point he got to the mic, he took down the mask.
Mm.
And he even said, he was like, if we don't control this now, we're gonna have to close down here soon. How soon? I don't know how bad it has to get before they close down. But I know that it's getting bad, and I did an interview today with someone that has COVID, and they're like completely like shocked at how people aren't paying attention, like how
Doing-
careless they're being,
yeah.
And it really,
I know, like whenever I'd go to like the grocery stores, you could kind of tell and get a feel like of like, even if you're wearing a mask or gloves, you're still, I mean, you're trying to practice safe, but at the same time, you touch the carts, and then if you grab your phone or something, I mean, that's not doing anything but putting it back on something else.
yeah.
So like, I know HEB. I haven't been over. We've been doing the curbside stuff, so. But I mean, it kind of eliminates us from having to be contact with other people at like grocery stores. But
Yeah. I mean, even then, like, I was kind of loose about it in the beginning. Like, I would just go stand in lines, no mask or nothing. And, now I'm taking it a little more serious, just because, I am scared, and not just for me, but, I have a 3-year-old that I'm worried for. I'm worried for my wife,
yeah, you see, like the age group that's hit the most right now is like from 18 to 29.
Yeah, and that's because everyone's going out.
Yeah.
Woody's Hideaway is now mandating you wear a mask.
Really?
Yeah, so
it's like HEB, and it's like, I mean, it's gonna end up happening. Odessa was just talking about it today.
yeah, but Odessa like doubled their cases today, and that's just because of they weren't calculating their.
Well, they're doing more testing too.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
Or
whether they're
everybody
doing
is,
more,
right?
yeah, whether they're doing more testing or not. What happened was, did you read that article? That
Yeah.
So they weren't taking the positive cases from the second-hand providers or the second providers or whatever. They're labeling them as
Mhm.
probable. So it ended up being
Would you want to go get tested?
yeah. And my father-in-law tried to go get tested, but he couldn't get it because he wasn't displaying any symptoms, yet he was exposed to someone.
Is it free?
No, it's $175.
Oh, hell no. You know what? I'm just going to
Well-
chill at home, quarantine myself.
Well, the thing is, some of these companies are going to pay for it.
Oh.
Like, I talked to one of the servers at Woody's Hideaway that went and got tested because I wanted to go get tested, and she told me it was $175, but Woody's paid for it.
Oh.
So I don't know. You might want to talk to your company, see, and then
Yeah,
tell
I
them
ain't
about your
tryna
buddy
pay for
Brian.
that. I mean, there's times where like if you feel like you have a headache or whatever, you're like, oh shit, you got corona now. But then like I saw a video today. It's like reason you could have a headache is because you have a mask on and you're not getting too much oxygen and blah 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 blah. I mean, everybody's on a little scare to where it's like if you have a stomach ache, you got corona, or if you have chills, you got corona. I mean, all these are symptoms, but at the same time, it's like, hell, I'm gonna get tested, and then what? The symptoms go away, and 5 days later, I'm gonna get tested again. And
well,
that's the other thing.
It's
too.
crazy. So here in a little bit, with this interview, it's crazy because he tells you, what he experienced and how it happened, and they know exactly what happened, where it happened, and what led to those events. So
y'all gonna have to stay tuned and hear this Zoom interview.
I mean, it's our first ever Zoom interview, and it's great. And yeah, man, and I just found out that one of my cousins in Mexico actually had he's going through it, yeah. And his one of his good friends that's a doctor passed away from it.
Wow.
So it's starting to hit closer to home, and it's really worrisome. So
yeah, it's real.
Yeah. And I get upset, man. I really do, because my wife doesn't want to do anything and I didn't see any issue, or I saw a lot of issue with it on her end, but now I'm starting to see the other side of it. Like, this is serious. This is potentially life altering. Like, if you've read any of the after effects that you can have, I mean, you can have, all sorts of respiratory problems, your organs will get damaged and everything. Just because you survive COVID doesn't mean you're going to survive everything else that you got after COVID.
Yeah.
So
that's just crazy still going on.
Yeah, but I think from this moment forward, I'm gonna really lay off the bars. I was gonna go back to DJing probably at the beginning of next month, but after everything going on, I can't.
That's scary.
Yeah, it really is, man. So,
well, talking about scaring and going out, what'd you do for Father's Day?
What did I do for Father's Day? Oh yeah, I hung out with y'all for a little bit.
Other than hanging out for 15 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't get to hang out much. Yeah, I went to my parents and saw my dad for a little bit. My mom got me a griddle.
Ooh.
Yeah, I told her
that's pretty cool.
I told her how much I liked cooking on yours and everything.
Yeah.
And
she got you like a legit, like the Blackstone one?
Well, it's not a Blackstone.
Oh.
No.
But it's like a Blackstone. Mine's not a Blackstone.
Yeah,
it's just
it's just a 4-burn griddle. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's been cool. I've already cooked on it twice. I was going to make Philly cheesesteaks today on it.
Oh, badass.
Well, you're here now.
Yeah.
You're here now. I can do it.
I have to go check it out. That's cool. Okay. I got a lot of Nike stuff. Chris got me some dope kicks. I got some Jonas.
Must be nice. I didn't get anything from my wife.
Well, you got that $700 kayak.
Wow.
Sorry, that's just what I hear.
Yeah. No, that was my Father's Day
birthday
present.
And Father's Day.
I told her. I was like, I better not even see you look at this kayak whenever we're at the lake. I better not even, see you around it. Nah, I got it for all of us. My father-in-law was out on it, a couple weeks ago, and he loved it.
It's nice. I saw it the other day. It's nice.
Yeah. Hopefully we can go to the lake so you can experience. I'm telling you, it does not. It's really safe. Like I'm comfortable enough that I would take Auden on there with me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like what is it called? Claustrophobic.
It's really not. It's really soothing, and it's a good workout.
Like I can't really sit with my legs together. Like my knees won't. I can't sit together.
Well, the thing is, so mine has like an elevating seat where it'll like either be on the floor and your
knees are like up.
Your legs will be either stretched out or your knees can be up, so you can be sitting like it's a normal
chair, like a paddle boat kind of type.
Yeah, it like I said, it's really nice. I love it, but yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. We didn't, like I said, we didn't do anything crazy. We really are trying to practice the social distancing thing for real now. And granted, we already were. I mean, I went a whole almost 2 months without seeing you.
Yeah, the podcast shows it.
Yeah, well, the podcast really does show it. But yeah, man. So
one cool thing. I'm sorry. One more thing on what we did for Father's Day. We had one of our friends go out and he did like I don't know if you ever watched it on Facebook or saw it. He had like worship videos where he'd do one or like every day. I'd share some on my Facebook. I don't know if you know Albert Hall.
I know of him.
Yeah, he'd do it like he's been doing it since he's been like quarantined and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he'd just sing like for an hour or two or whatever. And this Father's Day happened to be his 100th episode. So they did it and rented out or however they did it at Bill Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know that little amphitheater? Like You know where like MJ and Autumn were like climbing that hill,
Oh yeah.
like right down there, and they had everybody all spread out. It was pretty cool, and it was like from 7 to 10, so we were out there till dark. But it was cool to like just unwind, and it was just a fam band. We took our lawn chairs, and there was maybe the next person by us was at least 20 feet away.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. But that's pretty much all we did for Father's Day. And obviously, like I said, the crawfish bowl.
Yeah. You couldn't handle it.
It was just too hot.
It really wasn't.
That Slap Your Mama was hot.
Dude, I didn't think it was.
Like, even if you ate like the the shrimp was the only thing I could like really put down. The sausage, the crawfish, I didn't even touch the corn. I don't know what it was. It was just I could not.
Yeah, it just
tolerate
wasn't agreeing
it
with you that day. I understand. I mean, we all go through that. Well, but I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah, but it was a good time. We had a lot of other dads come by.
Yeah, I saw there was, and then y'all did the water slide.
Ooh, that was fun. See, that was something you had left just like a little before that.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to get wet, and I was like, you know what? I done laid this all out. Water's been going. So I was like, y'all just keep y'all shirts on, because I didn't want nobody burning up their chest or nothing, because I put Dawn on it, and that was pretty much it. I didn't have no baby oil or nothing like that, and we were slipping and sliding, and we kept getting soap in our eyes. Everybody had red eyes afterwards.
That sucks.
Yeah,
you're supposed to get the baby soap.
Oh, see, I just got Dawn, so
that
I will say we were smelling good, though.
Man, you're supposed to get that no tears, that healthy baby.
Now we know.
Oh, yeah. But, all right, man, I guess let's go ahead and slide on over to our interview. And, guys, this is Jaime and Shanae from San Antonio telling us about their COVID experience.
All right, Buffer Podcast. I am here with Shanae and Jaime. Shanae and Jaime, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi.
Hello.
We're Shanae and Jaime.
All right, guys, really quick. I know y'all reached out to me over Facebook. We're family, obviously. These are, my wife's cousins, my cousins too, I guess. But, really quick, just tell me, where y'all are from, what happened, how y'all got it, just kind of what led to these events of COVID.
So we're from San Antonio, or we live here. I'm from West Texas. Jaime's from South Texas. Jaime is a employee in the medical field, an essential. He works at urgent care. I work in the spa industry, so it's a lot of face-to-face contact with people on a daily basis.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Jaime, I think the thing that people don't really understand about this virus is that it's highly contagious, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think that just because they don't know someone who has it, then it's not real or it's not that serious.
Yeah.
But literally all it took was a patient coming in to see my husband, him triaging her and her not disclosing that she was in contact with someone who tested positive. And that was it. Within that brief time that he was in the room with her, she passed it on to him.
So, Jaime, what exactly is it that you do in the medical field?
Could be from, simple stuff like taking blood pressures to, to IVs.
Yeah. So basically, just basic, simple, kind of CNA type of work, so to say, right?
Yeah, and medical assistant.
Yeah. Well, medical assistant. Sorry. I'm very poor on the medical terms. Well, no, and the reason I bring this up is, someone, especially in your field, who, we have in our family, we have, Uncle Peter and everything that, he's a doctor in California, shout out, and he takes those extra precautions, to test the COVID patients and everything. I assume you were too, and especially at your clinic during these tough times, how crazy does it feel that, being in this situation where, you're obviously going to be exposed, but, even where you're somewhere where you're supposed to be following these kinds of protocols and everything, and, you still contracted it, I mean, I assume you were wearing a mask, you were, disinfecting and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So every time, we do come in contact with a patient, We always wear, face masks. No matter what, we always wear gloves. Every time we go in and vitalize the patients. Um, and we're expected to have I have a couple of patients come in that are having symptoms, but the thing is that if that person thinks or knows that they have been in contact with someone that has come out positive, then we kind of expect that person to have somewhat of a common sense to, hey, I might expose someone if I go out, let me stay in.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that person didn't really, wasn't really using any common sense, didn't really disclose that with any of us. And unfortunately, within those 10 minutes that I was with her, I got exposed.
Yeah, and man, that's very unfortunate, especially with you guys having, 5-month-old baby, right?
3 months.
3 months. Sorry, I'm terrible with kids. But even then, that sucks, man, because like I said, me being a family person, family guy and everything, I know, the fears that you have, that you go out and then you fear bringing it home, and unfortunately in this case that happened. This obviously isn't something that's your fault. At the end of the day, you have to go out, you have to provide, you have to do what you got to do.
Mhm.
And I mean, like I said, man, that sucks. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well,
Shanae, I do have a question for you. Have you been tested positive for it?
I recently got tested Saturday. We're still pending the results, just because of the high volume of people going to get tested. They said typically the test results were 3 to 5 days, but because of how many people are going to all the different clinics to get tested, they told me it could be up to a week, maybe more. So
Okay.
we're still kind of waiting my results. I haven't shown any symptoms or any serious signs, and the baby has been perfectly fine too. We've been wearing our mask around him and around each other, for the most part. So that's kind of our blessing. But Jaime was exposed and he didn't have any symptoms for 7 days. So,
Wow.
I mean, people think that they're just because they've been exposed and they don't feel sick or they don't have any kind of symptoms like you would with the flu, you usually feel it within like 2 days. They are still going out. They still think that they don't have it. And I mean, Jaime's even had people that are pending results and they're still going to urgent care, and that's completely against protocol. You're supposed to quarantine as soon as you're tested, and people just think like, oh, I don't have it unless it comes out positive, and until they tell me it's positive, I'm just gonna live like I don't have it. And that's how we're experiencing such a high spread out here.
Yeah. No, that's insane. And what are some of these symptoms you're going through? I've seen that there's a lot of different symptoms, anywhere from fever to nausea to, cough, loss of taste and appetite. What are you experiencing?
Well, at first, it felt like like a sinus infection. I felt a lot of pressure in my forehead, a lot of nasal drainage,
Hmm.
some dry cough, and then as days passed by, I started having body aches, fatigue, cold chills, fever. That I'll take some time now to break the fever. Later on that day, I'll come back.
Mhm.
So I had fever on and off for a good 3 days.
Mm.
Loss of taste, loss of smell. Um, I'm still, I could smell a little bit, and the taste, it's there, just not as on how I used to taste food
Right.
before. It's something different. But definitely something I don't, wouldn't want anyone to, to get this virus at all. It sucks.
Man, I bet. And how's it gone, since the beginning to now? How do you feel?
I actually feel a lot better. It's just, a matter of time, just to, let, let the virus, process through your body. But then again, I'm a like somewhat of a healthy person. I don't have any chronic issues, thank God. But it's I really do feel for the people that do have chronic issues and have this virus.
Yeah.
It yeah, if it was bad for me, I could only imagine them.
Yeah, no, I get it. And, that's one of the fears that, especially me with my wife being pregnant, that's a fear of ours,
Yeah.
any little thing, can trigger any kind of, miscarriage or anything, and
Yeah.
that's one thing that we want to avoid at all costs. And, especially with my in-laws, my mother-in-law just got a hip replacement surgery and everything, which, I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone in my
Yeah.
family, who does, but, it just, that's really unfortunate that, you know, I also don't want to say, I like I said, I can't put myself in that person's shoes to say, oh, this person was being really careless or whatever. Maybe she was just trying to get help and didn't know what to do. I've heard of people, trying to go get the COVID test and they can't get it because they have to call that 681 or 688 nurse
Yeah.
hotline or whatever.
Mhm.
So, man, it just sucks, man. And sorry that you have to go through this, and you too, Shanae. I mean, the fear and all this. I mean, I can't even fathom it or imagine it. I know for me and Kiara, like, whenever this first happened, any little thing that would happen, I had a sinus infection like the beginning of all this, and she like had an anxiety attack in bed and was like, you could be exposed to all this stuff, and I was like, I mean, I don't know, and man, it's scary times. It really is. But I'm glad to see that you're doing better. And Shanae, I really hope that your results just come out negative and, y'all's baby's okay and everything. How's everyone else in your household doing?
So my mom's having symptoms. She's been quarantined to her room.
Oh,
We
wow.
don't want her coming out. Since Jaime started experiencing these issues, and it was Tuesday that he got tested last week, or the week before. Was it last week? It was last week. As soon as he said that he was experiencing symptoms, I called my boss that day and told her, this is it. Like we had different codes for how we handle things with people getting sick, and I just didn't expect me, being one of the managers, to have to miss, expected fully the employees that actually, do the massage or facials or whatever that actually touch people to be sick. But it kind of sucked, that's us. But as soon as we even think that we're in contact with someone, we have to quarantine ourselves, and that's kind of a contract that we had with ourselves and our employees, just to make sure that we're not even potentially or slightly exposing other people to it. So it sucks. I've been out of work for a week today, and luckily for me, I can work from home, but a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, if you're not careful, you miss out on 2 weeks of work, and then we don't know when Texas is going to shut down again. And I mean, people just don't seem to care, and they're going to be the reason why all this happens again. So
Yeah. I mean, and that was actually my next question was, loss of income and everything since this has started. Jaime, you're in the medical field, so I assume you've been working this whole time.
Mhm.
I mean, and Shanae, unfortunately, with your massage place wasn't technically, essential.
yeah.
Yeah, man, that sucks. And like I said, I feel you on that. I lost my DJ income, so it's rough. It really is. Yeah. Luckily, my day job's kept me plenty busy. Well, somewhat busy, but it sucks. When you go from the, being so used to, spending the way that you do, or being able to do certain things and you can't anymore. How has that affected you guys in any way to a point where you've had to cut back majorly?
Not really. So right now, we moved in with my mom, a couple months right before I gave birth.
Yeah, back in November.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're very, blessed and lucky to have been able to live here, so we don't really have to worry if for some reason we can't make rent, which hasn't been an issue. We've been okay. We have learned from the last quarantine to put money in savings, and as far as that goes, I mean, we're both, Jaime's doing overtime to make up for, what we've kind of lost out on, and I'm, working full time too. So
yeah. Well, that's good. I'm really glad to hear that. Man, what other questions do I have for y'all? And how about y'all's extended families? Like Jaime, your parents, and they're in Eagle Pass, correct?
Yeah.
How are they doing through all this right now, and how'd they react to, you know, you coming out positive with COVID?
You know, of course, well, like any other parent, they just worry, for their
For
uh
their kid.
for their kid,
Yeah.
and they constantly call me every day, and just want to make sure that I'm doing better, make sure
Mhm.
that everyone here is doing better, make sure the baby is that
Safe as he can be.
yeah, as safe as it can be.
Mhm.
And thank God he is. We constantly check his temperature every day,
Yeah.
every 15-20 minutes, make sure he's good. But yeah, it's just um it's just the
It's just kind of scary because it's
yeah.
something that no one really knows 100% about, and
hmm
you know.
and
Yeah.
just yeah, like how Sinead said, it's scary. Like you read this on Facebook, and you just don't imagine someone that gets
Having,
having it. Yeah,
Right.
I never imagined myself getting it.
Yeah.
It's scary, and when I first heard the news that my results came back positive, my first thing that came to mind was my wife and my son.
Mhm.
Like if I get through with this, cool, but I just want to make sure that they're doing okay, that they don't get sick.
Yeah. So right now, you know, what message do you have for all the people, you know, because there are people out there that say, oh, this isn't real. It's not as serious as it is. They're saying that this is like the flu, what's you guys' message for those people out there?
This is definitely not like the flu. I guarantee you that. The flu, you are able to breathe. With this virus, I've been having a somewhat of a difficult time breathing at first. I had a hard time kind of trying to catch my breath.
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day, not as much, but it's there. It, eventually, apparently this virus could be a chronic respiratory.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not in my case, but just, continue wearing face masks when you're out. If if you think that you might be exposed or have been exposed, stay inside. Get some medical attention over the phone if you can. Just try to avoid anyone, as much as you can.
Avoid crowds.
Definitely avoid crowds. No public places.
I think a lot of people living like they have nothing to worry about, or if I die, I die, and that's I mean, if you want to, subject yourself to that kind of this kind of illness, great. I mean, whatever, but don't go out there and potentially harm people. I mean, Jaime and I did everything that we could not to have it. I mean, the company that I work for, as soon as this became something slightly concerning, our owner went out and bought like all the masks, all the Clorox products, everything, and he made sure we're okay. Versus like Jaime's place of work. I mean, a lot of medical places are, they don't have the supplies, and it sucks. I mean, people just need to understand that. I mean, if you're doing this and you want to live life and you don't care about the repercussions of your life, fine, but don't be selfish, don't be a jerk. I mean, because of someone else's carelessness, my husband brought it home, and I mean, all it takes is a serious fever for my 3-month-old to have serious effects that could last a lifetime for him, and that's not fair to the people who don't want to see their loved ones sick, or it's just, you can't be careless with other people's lives. I mean, no one should be.
Yeah. And it's really crazy, especially this past weekend that they started cracking down on, especially the bars and clubs and everything, with, them going over capacity. I know whenever this first kind of started lifting and everything, a couple of my bars told me not to come back because, they're like, we really want to follow protocol. But then, the ones that called me back were like, hey, you need to, you ready to come back? And I'm like, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
I gotta wait. Yeah. You can't risk it right now. And there's no point in doing anything unnecessary. The crazy thing to me is, the world wasn't ready for this, like at all. No one saw this coming, and it sucks. It really does. But hopefully, this is something we can live and learn from and eventually just move on and grow and, just as a world and everything, just hopefully, overcome this. And man, I hope so, because I feel like right now with everyone just being quarantined and everything, they have nothing to do. And man, we have so many problems in the world now. And granted, these were problems that were already there, but I think, also, this is something that shed light on a lot of issues, the social injustices and everything. So, there was some good that came out of this, but, at what cost?
Mm-hmm. I mean, out here in the last 3 days, in the last 10 days, we had 3,000 positive cases confirmed.
Wow.
So,
yeah, to a point where, like other counties are, informing everyone else,
not to come to
yeah,
San
don't
Antonio.
travel to San Antonio. We're officially a hotspot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's crazy. And I want to, chime in and be like, oh, well, we have, 30 cases a day. And man, I mean, 30 cases a day compared to 3,000, that's just ridiculous. I mean, and man, I really hope that, you guys recover and, y'all's families protected and stay safe and everything. Cause, I really hope that y'all are okay. It's scary. So.
Sure.
But man, I think that's gonna be it. I mean, if y'all have anything else that y'all want to say or anything that y'all want to tell the people, I've only got like 40 listeners, but hopefully this episode helps it grow.
Just wear your masks and be safe, and don't kill yourself over a job that can replace you. If your place of work isn't caring about your safety,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's other jobs, there's unemployment, but don't kill yourself and other people around you either for an unsafe workplace too. So
Good words. Good words. Well, guys, thank y'all so much.
And we're back.
So, if y'all didn't know, now y'all know.
Yeah, pretty serious stuff. I mean, it's really crazy. Jaime's been in the medical field. Man, I've known him about 5 years. Well, I mean, as long as I've been with Kiara, that first Thanksgiving, I think it was his first Thanksgiving in the family too. And I feel really bad for them, especially with their 3-month-old baby and everything. It's crazy because they really did have their kid right before, as quarantine was starting. She couldn't have her mom in the room.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give kudos to that family. And like I thought about it too. It's like if I were to get corona and like Kristen and MJ are always home, it's like do I have to like isolate myself from them? I was like, I can't even do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even get to see them all during the day already as is.
Yeah.
So kudos to the families out there going through that and their isolations and their quarantining. And I mean, all you gotta do is keep praying that this gets over with and that this government makes a vaccine.
Yeah.
Or what's it called? That silver bullet that somebody was talking about.
The silver bullet. Yeah. It's a doctor here in West Texas, and she's actually been a doctor in the area for a long time. Her thing is that she's treating people like she would asthma patients. And she says it's working.
Well,
so it's really good to see, people trying to improvise and everything. And, they'll probably, I imagine you'd get like a steroid shot and stuff like that, just to kind of, anytime I've had any kind of, respiratory issues, that's normally the go-to is a steroid shot and everything. So, man, it just, I hope that, he makes a great recovery, that, she doesn't get it and, their baby doesn't get it either. That's just scary to me.
Yeah, so if anybody else has a story or knows somebody that wants to, holler at us and let us know what's going on with them or just share with everybody else, I mean, hit us up, DM us, and share y'all's experience or somebody else's experience that they shared with you.
Yes, sir. So, Mike, moving on. Sports are back.
Yeah, baseball's coming back. I can just smell the hot dogs and the nacho burp breath and the brewskis. And
see, I'm more excited for football.
Oh, well, the training camps are opening.
Regardless,
we're talking about next month. Baseball
and basketball. You see
and basketball.
You can see your boy Luka ball out.
Did they say that fans would get to go to baseball?
Probably not.
Dang it.
I really doubt that. Why would anyone want to pay, so much money to go sit somewhere and watch a game, which
I
granted
see.
I would, honestly, but
I was about to say,
if it wasn't that bad, but the thing is, we don't know what this is going to be within a month. I mean, right now they're saying, Houston's a hot spot and everything,
well, I don't want to go to Houston.
I don't know who wants to go to Houston, but
Cheetahs?
but Dallas is probably going to be a hot spot here within the next few
Oh,
days.
it won't be hot. It's a new stadium. Got that retractable roof. It's gonna be cold in there.
Hey, you know what I mean? Okay,
you
know what
AC.
I mean.
They already got the AC. I sat in there. It was fun.
Man. But
Yeah, it is
so
exciting. 60 games.
well, it's something better than nothing.
That means the Mets won't have a 60 game losing season.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I was really saddened with the Rockhounds canceling their season because we had season tickets, and it's just something you want to do. Summer's all about baseball. I'm sorry, you got to go to a baseball game.
You really do. Last year, Auden was really acknowledging, the baseball games and everything. And, he would even say, he's like, oh, I want to go to the baseball game. I want to go to a baseball game.
Mhm.
And, this year, he hasn't brought it up too much, but, it hasn't brought it up at all, honestly. So, but it's been weird not, being home one evening or just being like, hey, let's go catch a Rockhounds game. The tickets
Yeah.
are only like $5-8, it's not too
Money.
much. You can sit behind home plate for $13.
That's what I'm saying, man. I
Yeah.
miss it, but I'm glad they're gonna put something on the TV. I mean, you got baseball starting at the end of July. NBA is gonna be starting in Orlando in July.
Yeah.
WNBA, and then you got NFL training camps coming. Dak just signed, so
Yeah, well,
and
we'll see.
then by then we're gonna find out how long we're gonna have them. So
Yeah, might get Jamal Adams on top of it.
golly, it's just so much promise.
Y'all still gonna go 8-8.
Whatever. But like
Wait,
talking about sports, MJ's started soccer this past weekend too.
really?
Yep.
Didn't he get 5 goals?
I forgot it was 3 or 5. I think he said 5 because he assisted on 2,
Oh,
and we were
okay.
saying those were goals too.
Oh, okay. Well, Krista had 3 toys for him at HEB,
So
so
it's 3 goals.
okay, so
So that's where we kind of messed up. We're like, every goal you get, you'll get a toy, and this kid was picking out $10 toys for
well,
1 goal. So-
well,
But
my-
which is good though, because last year he was he'd kick the ball around, but he'd get how would you say it, like not chiflao, what's the word?
cheap play.
Yeah, cheap play.
Okay.
It's where he just stop and just stand there or
Oh yeah.
throw a fit.
My cousin Derek used to get $20 per goal whenever he'd play soccer.
Well, that's not a
They
bad
were-
idea.
Yeah, well, there was one game he scored 10 goals.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, after that, my Thea would just kind of cut back on it. Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous.
But it was fun. They have the teams limited to like 10 kids, I think, per team, and everybody tries to keep their distance and stuff like that. But I mean, you see the kids out there. They're like MJ hadn't seen a big old group. Like he was just having fun out there, and it was real cool
Yeah.
to see.
Well, whenever we went to the duck pond yesterday to get those snow cones. By the way, shout out Shiver Shack.
Shiva Shack.
Shiver Shack for all your snow cone needs.
That's how Kim Folks new snow cone
Yo
trailer.
info.
Oh yeah, but they have a Facebook page if you want to go follow and like them. Shiva Shack,
Mm-hmm.
like you cold, like shivering,
and then
shiver.
and then it's a shack, like shack in the back.
Yeah.
So
No, it was real cool though.
yeah,
They have a lot of signature flavors. It's really good.
yeah. But yeah, yesterday MJ, I saw him. Was trying to be in the crowds of people and everything. He was.
He misses being social. How do you say it? Misses being
Yeah.
socializing with other people.
Yeah, I mean, we all do, but like I said, man, hopefully this is all over soon and we can go back to
I know
normal.
we always say that towards the end of the episodes, and it's like it's saying the same thing.
It
over
keeps
and
getting
over.
worse.
Yeah. Let's say something else. Maybe it'll backfire.
Yeah,
and go up.
all right, maybe the coronavirus will get worse.
No, get better.
Well, I say I hope it gets better and it keeps getting worse. So maybe if I say it's getting worse, it'll get better.
Oh yeah.
See, Mike, you
My
know,
fault. They have cochino stuff on Netflix now.
cochina stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, you lying.
I'm not lying.
Like that
So there's a movie called 365, and I didn't really know what it was. Like we finished watching.
Oh, dude, that movie was so bad.
You know those Adam Sandler movies that are on Netflix?
Yeah.
What's
Uncut Gems.
not that one. There's one with like a funny girl. David Spade's on it. All about something. I can't remember her name.
Dude, there's so many.
There's one of his Netflix.
Just go with it.
No, It's a new one, and it's like
Oh, the one where
she's like
the
crazy.
do-over.
No.
Oh,
she's a crazy chick.
damn it, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, with that
Oh,
redheaded chick.
yeah.
Yeah, Missy.
Yeah. The wrong Missy or
The
something.
wrong Missy.
Yeah. So we were watching that movie, and then you know how like towards the end of the movie it pops up like another movie, and it shows
Yeah.
like a trailer or whatever. Well, that trailer popped up, and I'm like, it looks like a spy movie or something, and then it's not a spy movie.
Well, have you not seen? It's all over TikTok.
Yeah, it's like a 50 Shades of Grey kind of movie, a cochino movie.
Yeah, well, we started it, but I couldn't get into it. And
Yeah.
Kiara said she finished it, and she said it was all right.
Cochina.
She pregnant. She
Yeah,
can do
well,
what she
see,
wants.
I went over there and I showed Chris. I was like, you know what this movie? And she's like, yeah, I watched it. I was like, what the heck? Cochina by herself?
You don't
But
watch cochino movies by yourself?
No, I don't.
Oh. So
But
I'm
no,
the only
so
one that
there's
does
another
that?
one. There's another one on TikTok called Love, and you like the first 5 minutes, you got to turn it off. I was
Really?
like- I told Chris, I was like, how do Netflix even let this happen? Like kids have Netflix. I'm saying like, well, MJ has kid Netflix, but I mean,
Yeah.
other kids have Netflix, and it's like the number 2 searched movie right now on Netflix, and I don't know. It just really threw me off how.
Yeah. Speaking of TikTok, did you see that they found that body on TikTok?
That's what I was talking to y'all about earlier this week. Random knots.
Kiara didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
And I told her about it last night.
I
And-
told you about it like on Monday.
Yeah.
Remember? When
Yeah, well, you told us yesterday.
today's no.
Oh, wow.
I told you earlier in the week.
Okay,
Anyway.
okay, anyway.
So Random Notes, that app where it uses
It sends GPS coordinates to random locations for
yeah,
you to
but
explore.
the GPS coordinates are off of what is it called? Like spiritual stuff.
Spiritual stuff. What do
Yeah,
you mean,
like-
landmarks?
No, the app runs off of
Like where people have been?
no, what is it called?
Mike, you
There-
suck
there-
at this.
I just blank out every time I try to
You
think of
blank out
something.
almost every 5 minutes.
What is
you
it?
you need to quit drinking.
Not powers. There's spiritual stuff to where like that's what makes the coordinates up. And there's a TikTok that says it, and I could probably find it.
What, like like the Proverbs?
No, you know how you feel like you feel something like someone's watching you. What's that? What would it be called?
Mike, I don't know.
I don't. As soon as I hear it, I'm gonna say like, oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But anyways, yeah, it's that app, and it sends you coordinates, and then honestly, it's kind of freaky. You put in like what you want to find, like love, or if you want to find death, or if you want to find something. It takes you to a random coordinate, and wherever you're at has that kind of sign. Like there was one I watched. It was like if you put in love, they took you to like these coordinates, and people were looking around, and they found a like 2 little doves, like parched on a tree or something. It's like little signs. And then there's one that's like find me kitties or something like that. You look around, and they went somewhere, and it was like a damn boat that had the word kitty on it. It's kind of creepy. It kind of makes me feel like an easier way for like pedophiles or sex trafficking people like to get, because it's just really like kids going out there is what I say.
Right.
Well,
Well,
you always want to do it by yourself. I don't recommend doing it. But
I don't know. After I saw that whole thing with the dead body, I don't think.
And
I
that
wanna
was
do
true.
it. That's one of my biggest fears, man. Actually, speaking of biggest fears, I told you about that incident that I saw, right? That accident. I'm sorry.
What? Oh yeah, the 18-wheeler.
Yeah, man, that was just horrible, dude. Like I pulled up and just.
Okay, so I found it.
You found it? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, so what's the word?
No, this is pretty much like describing what it is. Like, let me see.
If you like to be spooked, listen. Randonauting. It's an app you download. It's called Randonaut. What is it? Randonaut gives you QRPs, quantum random point. What are quantum random points, bitch? Let me explain that to you. Quantum random points are high points of energy and power near you. Attractors have a lot of energy, voids don't have as much. So if you really want to get spooked, you go to attractors. This app gives you the location of attractors and voids, and then you go. There's an entire subreddit where people explain the weird stuff that happens at these points. People report paranormal activity, leaving the simulation or reality, feeling like you're tripping on drugs, spiritual awakening. But the number one thing reported that they say is a phenomenon because it can't be explained is the universe will manifest whatever you want. So they say before you go to this point, think of something really hard that you want. One time a person thought dog, and they went and there was a puppy. Spooky, bitch, spooky.
Yeah, well, she kind of explained it, but like it really is like that. If you watch the videos, I don't know if they're fake or they're real or anything, but like you said, that one video went off of that app, and they found that suitcase and a freaking dead body inside, or body parts.
That's wild. You
Yeah.
know,
I kind of want to do it.
let's do it right after this, and then we'll post our findings on the Buffer page.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, they should try that with that missing soldier in
that's
at Fort Hood.
sad. How you gonna go like from that? That's sad.
Well, I mean, if it's that paranormal, and you know these TikTok kids, I mean, man, dude, I mean, there's so much bad in the world right now, but you could, you know, locate anything.
yeah, but it is pretty freaky.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know, Mike. I think I don't have anything else.
Yeah. So next week we got another episode with a special guest, and we got our 4th of July little special.
Yeah, we'll do.
Might pop some fireworks on Podcast Live.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
might.
Throw some black
Let's
cats
do it
around.
inside.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Some
don't care.
sparklers.
YOLO.
Might have to do a video and put the video back coming on.
Oh yeah.
Make some little sparklers.
Yeah. Oh, and then are we still gonna do the whole pallbearer thing?
Oh, that's for home. We'll talk about that.
See, you like it. Yeah. See,
But don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on all our social media platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube.
and guys,
Instagram.
if y'all are interested in being guest on the Buffer podcast, you know, we will be running different segments every week. We will, you know, kind of give a heads up of what segments are going to be.
Yeah, we
So,
want to talk about other stuff other than just Corona, you know.
yeah, I think, you know, here in the next few weeks, we want to do a segment, you know, about, you know, different professions and everything out there, you know, different aspects of the oil field, you know, car salesmen, all, you know, stuff like that, you know, just
Hell,
kind
if you cut lawns, I want to know, like, different kinds of grass. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You know, we just want to keep you guys informed and, you know, just know. I know we climbed from 40 listeners to 42 in the last week. So
There
that's
we
pretty
go.
cool. You know, we going up in the world. So what you 42 listeners need to do is go find one friend and tell them about it. And then we'll be up to 84 listeners and so on and so forth.
There you go. And don't forget to love everybody.
Guys, that's the most important thing. Everybody love everybody. Social injustice is not great. You know, it's not good at all. We want to make sure that, you know, a lot of our friends and family and everyone that you know, live to see another day, basically. And make sure you respect cops, too.
Yeah. So, y'all have a good weekend.
All right. Peace.
Peace.